Full disclosure before this video, I am no professional. I am not sponsored. I am not good at editing videos. Obviously, I'm not good at making videos. Basically, I'm nobody. This is for entertainment purposes only. So enjoy. So the afternoon mail came, and in that was this. It's the Team Corally Sketer 4S. Let's get it up on the bench and take a closer look. A little bit more up close time. If you're anything like me, you've already seen a ton of videos like this. But I can tell you, for being a 10th scale model, it's definitely heavier, definitely more beefy, definitely stronger than any of my other 10th scale. I currently only have 3S batteries, so my first run will be on 3 cells. I wanted to actually have the truck in front of me before I purchased a 4-cell LiPo because I wanted to measure exact dimensions and height and thickness and width or whatever so I could get the biggest pack I could possibly fit in this truck. So for the first run or 2 or 5, it will be on 3S LiPo. The only thing I've done to it today since it came in was I pulled the factory receiver out, which looks like this. And I put in a FlySky FGR 4S for my FlySky NB4 radio. I took and unsoldered the stock XD90 connector because all of my batteries run EC5, so I didn't see much need in changing my batteries over for one truck. So that, the receiver, and where the other antenna came out, there was this hole. The new receiver doesn't have an antenna on it. It's built into the receiver itself. So instead of leaving this open for gunk and gook and water and junk to get in there, I went ahead and popped this in there, popped the top on it, so that way it's a little bit more sealed. The only thing I did electronically was I did go into the ESC and I programmed it for 50% brake rate. I think factory it was set at 75, I think. And with the videos I was watching, everybody was complaining about it being too much, so I set it at 50. Now being on 3S, 50 may not be enough to stop this heavy thing, I don't know. But we'll see. I'll see you outside. Well, it is quite chilly today, so I don't think I'll be going too hard with this thing. Just want to see how she does. Take on a couple jumps. See how she handles on 3S. Well, she doesn't wheelie on 3S. Still plenty fast. Still takes the jumps. It definitely feels a lot lighter than it feels when you're holding it. It drives real light, feels real good. Very fun truck. Brakes feel good on 3S. Good with that. She's not trying to endo, or it's definitely not stopping. So that's a plus. Oh, that was horrible. Steering feels real good. A little wheelie there. It does feel a lot like an 8th scale truck, the way it handles. But it doesn't feel as heavy as an 8th scale truck, if that makes any sense. It definitely handles and feels like a 10th scale truck. It's just, you can feel it grabbing the ground. You can feel it, you can really hear it like you can an 8th scale truck as opposed to a 10th scale. And a lot of that could be the tires, could just be the tires, but there's definitely some weight there too that affects it. Being a much heavier than most 10th scale trucks. Yeah, this is fun. It's a nice truck. Very nice truck. Almost missed it there. There's the first rollover. It jumps great. I have no complaints at all. But I do want to stop. It's a little chilly. Definitely don't need to add to any broken stuff because it's frozen. Let's get her back on the bench and I'll give you some last thoughts. Okay, back on the bench now, and as you can see, she's still pretty muddy and wet from the little run I gave her. She She did well. I mean, I don't see any reason why, if you're not looking for something a little bit more substantial than, say, a Slash or other tent scales, but are not quite ready for the investment, or, I mean, heck, the battery investment alone in something like an 8th scale can be a little deterring. But I can't say enough about how it is much heavier than a standard 10th scale. But when you're driving it, it feels light, like a 10th scale should. But as you're driving around and it passes you, it has that thunder, I guess, so to speak, of the tires grabbing the ground that you hear in an 8th scale, but in a 10th scale car. So it's a definitely an interesting beast all its own. I think it's fantastic. I think it's a great truck. I can't wait to see what it'll do on 4S. I can tell you that I've heard some complaints of people saying, oh, it's just too narrow. It doesn't have enough authority in the sky when you brake or you throttle. And I could see that possibly on 4S. Sure, the tires might be a little bit too small. But on 3S, I was able to make small adjustments in the sky. I was able to do what I wanted it to do. And it worked as advertised. It worked as it should. I think that it's a great truck so far. I mean, I've had it all of an hour and a half. So after a few more packs and a few more rides and a few more days and some warmer weather would be nice, then we'll get to really see what it'll do. But thanks for watching.